Hello? Hello?
Hello there.
I got a delivery for Sergeant Sag? Sergeant
Sergeant
Sage?
Sergeant Sig? Sergeant
Sergeant Sig?
Sage?
Is that you,
Sergeant
sir?
Sake?
Is that
No,
you?
that is me. That is me. I'm Sergeant Sage.
Hey, how's it going,
Uh,
Sage? Like we've met
doing
before or
pretty good.
something.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know
I
from
don't
where,
know.
but we probably met somewhere
Yeah,
before.
somewhere. It's like, are you on that twitch.tv thing I hear the kids talk about these
I
days?
am, and due to a certain dog VTuber, no names being thrown around here,
Oh.
it is now up to 4, maybe 5 days a week at this point. uh, It
Oh,
was
hey,
only going to be
everybody.
3 days a week, but now it's like
How's it
4 to
going?
5.
It's your
Going.
boy, Sergeant Sage, coming at
Yeah,
us live on the Vtubecast, the Vcast, the Vodcast, the Vtubecast.
Vtuber.
Sage, good to sit down and talk to you.
Yeah, if I could sit, I would agree.
Yeah, we can't sit, chat. Did you know that? Did you know that? We can't sit. We are built without sitting postures. One of these days, Sage. One of these days.
One of these days.
One of these days.
The
Oh my
technology will be
God.
available. We'll be able to be built
We'll
faster,
have the
stronger,
technology.
and be able to sit.
Oh my God, right? I don't think they're even going to recognize what that reference is from either.
Probably not. A couple of old people here. We've got underscores.
We've got
in our
underscores
names.
in our names. Yeah, that's like a prerequisite for saying you're old in the year 2025 in the world of gaming, right?
Yeah, sure.
God. What was the first game you ever played?
Oh, dang. The first game I ever played?
Yeah.
It would have to be my earliest memory of playing video games was 3 years old. The Nintendo was out, everybody, and I was playing Mario slash
Nintendo?
Duck Hunt.
Oh,
Mario slash Duck Hunt.
the
The
SNES.
double cartridge.
The
Yes.
SNES.
No, not the
Oh.
SNES. The regular
Oh.
Nintendo. The original
Oh.
Nintendo.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Just the NES, not the SNES.
Ah. Mine was the SNES. I want to say it was the exact same thing. Mario. Mario and Duck Hunt.
Well, I mean, Nintendo and Mario are just like synonymous.
Yeah,
So
they go
of
hand in
course,
hand.
like you're gonna have to play Mario on a Nintendo.
All right. So you're familiar with Missile Command, right?
I am familiar with Missile Command. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, I can't remember if there's a movie with Matthew Broderick. I think it was War Games, and they actually use Missile Command in that game.
Yes. So I played something similar to that. Only it was totally not that, but it totally was that at the same time. So you were a destroyer, and you had to go around launching depth charges over the side of your destroyer.
Okay. Yep.
To sink submarines that would shoot torpedoes up the water at you. I was
Gotcha.
4.
Yeah.
And
You were
my old
4.
Man, yeah, my old man sat me down at the ripe age of 4 and was like, "Son, I need you to watch your brother for 20 minutes." Because he had to go take a shower. My mom wasn't home because he was going to get showered up because he had been working outside with us. He got us cleaned up first, but like we had to go pick my mom up from work or something like that. They only had one car at the time, and he was like, "Here's this game," and it was this game. I remember it. It was 100 Great Games for Kids. And he's like, "Here you go."
Of course, trying to survive submarines blowing you up is a great game for a kid.
Yeah, so I was hooked. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, what other games have these got? What other games does your computer have?" And he's like, "Not now, son, but I'll show you my favorite one when I get back." Do you remember Cheezer's Revenge?
No, actually, I don't think I've ever heard of Cheezer's Revenge.
Cheezer's Revenge. You play a mouse.
Okay.
And
makes sense with cheese.
You have to move all of the blocks around you because it starts off with like some blocks. You move the blocks. You can only move one block. So if you move 2 blocks together, you can't move those. Or 3. I can't remember. It's been a long time. And the goal is to trap all the cats that are trying to eat you.
Oh, wait a second. I feel offended now, sir. Trapping cats?
You're a Kate Sith. Keep it down.
I am, but I mean,
throw
we're
shit at you right now.
related in like some aspect, you know?
So, do you turn into tasty cheese when you're trapped in a closet?
I do not, but
Okay, well, that's what the
bacteria
cats
does
in the
funny
game
things.
did. That's what the cats in the game did, okay?
Hey, wait, they were turning cats into cheese?
Yeah, by trapping them.
Wow.
Hey, it was fun.
Brain. No. My
It
brain
was
says
fun.
no. Cat cheese? Kate Seath? What?
Not that kind of cheese. Damn it, yeah, no, that was like 1990. Oh god, that was like 96.
Dude,
I was like 4 years old, 5 years old.
You want to talk about old games? When the original Sega was out, I used to play games like Dune Battle for Arrakis, and one of the ones that I cannot get out of my mind to this day is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. They had a game for Sega, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, and you literally fought bad guys to find a little kid in a closet, and then you had to go fight a boss. Like each level.
I've heard of this.
It was crazy. I was just like as a kid, you're just like, oh yeah, playing this game. Yeah. But as an adult, you're just like, what? Oh
god, the
thinking?
Connotations of the time. You're just like, oh god, what was I doing then? Of course, that was before all of the allegations and all of the other stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, he was a mainstay in pop culture music. Like, God, he was in everything.
Him and Bill Cosby.
Yep, Bill Cosby.
And then that first allegation about Bill Cosby came out. Then he basically became a pariah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, I like to say that Tom Hanks is America's dad, but back before the allegations, Bill Cosby was like America's dad.
He was. He was literally America's dad on TV.
Uh-huh.
And behind the scenes, he was doing horrible things. Horrible things.
Horrible. Terrible things that we cannot talk about, guys.
We won't talk about. Like,
no.
YouTube will just be like, and that guy's had a channel for too long. He is done.
Dunzo.
Although I don't know, with the state of stuff I see on YouTube these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've seen some.
I mean, some of the yoga videos they let on this platform. I mean,
bro.
Has me worried a little bit.
Bro.
But that's neither here nor there. We love you, YouTube. We're just gabbing.
I mean, like that one friend that went on like a vacation in like 2015. It came back completely different. You didn't recognize him. And then he got really hardcore into like airsoft and speed painting. I'm not wrong.
I know you're not. No, you're not.
And he like tries to push these weird cult conspiracy videos on you every so now and again, but then you're like, bro, I don't want to worship the monolith. I don't know what democracy is.
Dude, I go down the rabbit hole like almost every day on YouTube. Like when I'm at work, I've got stuff playing in the background and I just let it autoplay to the next thing. And eventually you look up and you're just like, where am I?
Where am I? I don't recognize the street signs. The constellations look different.
Hell,
I've done that a few times with you. I've sent you stuff from Neuroviz.
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, Unanswered Oddities got canceled.
Got canceled? Why?
So by canceled, I mean they got renewed, but they fired all the cast. No more Tiggy.
That doesn't make sense.
No more Tiggy Skibbles.
No more Tiggy Skibbles.
Yeah, remember Tiggy?
He was a staple.
I know, right? Like you can't have Unanswered Oddities without Tiggy. But like he was doing a lot of dirt, so
maybe the government just had to take him out. Maybe that's what happened.
The Monolith did probably take him out because they posted a lot of anti-Monolith propaganda with the Democracy episode. They really did. How could you? Also, for those of you who don't know, look up Neuroviz. We're not paid to promote it. We just think it's funny.
No. Dude, it was funny. Like I was dying when I watched it. And I think I was at work too. No. And the girls were like looking at me like, why are you laughing?
I don't think you were at work. Not for the first one. The first one I sent you.
Not for the first one. No.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I was highly inebriated. It was Christmas, like Christmas Eve.
Yep.
And Neuroviz posted like their Christmas episode. I was like, all right,
the Santa one.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I have to send this to everyone I know.
Old.
It was too funny.
It was great. I loved it.
All right, speaking of rabbit holes,
Uh-huh.
we probably should address the rabbit hole in the room. What kind of beverage you having tonight? What you got?
Well, let's see here. Let's see. Let me look here. We got some single barrel bourbon whiskey from Kentucky, which is, where you got to get it from, right?
Oh God, yeah.
And we're rocking what's called New Riff. I actually ended up getting this bottle. Actually, let me pour myself some.
Right.
I ended up getting myself this bottle from a good friend of mine who, funnily enough, was my supervisor in the military before we became good friends.
Nice.
And our friendship lasted. Oh, this smells so good. This smells so good, guys.
I'm jealous. I've got an off the wall high-proof rye whiskey right here.
I have no idea how much this bottle costs, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I don't want to know.
Well, so tell
the story about the bottle first.
His squadron actually commissioned a brewery down in Kentucky to craft this for his squadron. So, and they got it barreled and bottled.
Yeah.
And I think this man bought like 4 or 5 bottles.
Oh my God.
And it was probably expensive.
Bro,
but it's really good.
Part of me wants to like look this up and see how much a small batch barrel would go for these days, but part of me also wants to keep gabbing because that's why we're here. Oh, I wish I had like a Jamie in like the studio, and you're like, wow, he watches Joe Rogan. I can't help but watch Joe Rogan because like you know the YouTube deep dive, like you're just scrolling through YouTube shorts, right? And occasionally you see like Joe Rogan sitting there with Joey Diaz, and I'm like, bro, Joey, how are you still alive right now? You've seen some of it, right?
Yeah, I will say this. I don't sit down and watch the Joe Rogan podcast. I like watching the shorts. I like watching the shorts. I have a feeling that if I did start watching the podcast, I would literally
be like, I'm good, man.
Be sucked. No, I would be sucked in. That's the issue. I'm already sucked into a lot of other stuff on YouTube. If I started watching a Joe Rogan podcast on YouTube, like I would be like, did you know what Joe said the other day to like people?
Dragons.
And they're gonna be like,
the dragons.
Like, I don't care. They're gonna be like, I don't care.
But
it's Joe Rogan.
But you need to care.
As a matter of fact, a lot of the younger generations these days, they know that Joe Rogan has a podcast and he's into MMA.
Yeah.
But do you remember when he was on television doing Fear Factor? When he was the host of Fear Factor? Now, chat, some of you may be too young to know what Fear Factor is.
I think a lot of them might be.
But essentially, what Fear Factor is it's a show where contestants go on and they have to face these crazy fear things, right? And if they fail, they have to leave the show. They get eliminated, and whoever's left wins a bunch of money. And Joe Rogan, he actually had a full head of hair then, guys. Like I'm talking like full. He had a full head of hair. I swear he did. Look it up. I swear. I remember him having like dark hair, like
hold on,
in Fear Factor.
God, this all right, look, I'm not gonna lie, he's got the all right, so in all of the promo stuff for Fear Factor I'm looking up right now on my monitor. He's got that Vegeta Widow's Peak going on. He does. Bro, could Joe Rogan play Vegeta? Could he do it? Bro, like no, like for real, could Joe Rogan?
I mean,
Vegeta?
He does have the body for it.
And he's got the personality too.
I can see that, but like Joe Rogan, not nothing against people that are of a certain height, because I mean, me and Shades here are like, I'm 5'11", almost 6 feet, and he's like,
I knew you were 5'11".
I am like a centimeter or two short, but I round up to 6 feet because I've got short man syndrome, and I'm not a short man.
So we're both tall guys. Joe Rogan's not tall.
Joe Rogan is okay. That's what I thought. Joe Rogan is not tall, so nothing against you, Joe, because height is never an issue.
Bro, if I get an email from Joe Rogan,
Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, he's short, isn't he?
Right.
They call him the Short King.
Yeah.
So yes,
Joe Rogan's
anatomically, 5'8", Joe Rogan could play Vegeta. He's 5'8".
Yep.
That's not short. That's not short. That's average. That's average.
Okay, like you can make it look smaller, 5'5". Okay, so fear
Well,
factor.
you
What
can do
about fear
stuff with
factor?
cameras.
Before we go down the rabbit hole.
Well, no, just the fact that Joe Rogan had hair.
Yeah.
Then, like, I was
Yeah.
just he had some pretty nice hair.
Yeah, he did keep it pretty good.
Huh? But I don't blame him for shaving it so that way.
Shave look, the shave look. Look, here's the deal. Shave look, chef's kiss. If you kind of have that receding hairline, it works.
I don't, but I've always
do.
wanted to pick my head at least once. I've always wanted to just blah 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 blah. But my friends, my family, especially my daughter, they tell me no all the time. They're just like, "Don't do it, don't do it. It'd be terrible. You'd look terrible." I'm like, I don't know. I've got a pretty nice beard.
Yeah,
I could probably pull off. I could probably
off.
pull off the no hair on the top of the head.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to maintain it. So I would pick it once and then I would just let it grow back out.
Yeah, you just be like, all right, it was fun twice. Now, know. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
All right, I know this is going a little bit further down the rabbit hole because it's topic to topic. But have
let's
you?
Go. Let's go.
As both men with beards.
Yeah.
Have you ever just like so once a year during the summer, I shave my beard off. Just more to keep my face cool in the summer.
What is wrong with you?
I enjoy doing it.
What?
I enjoy doing it. Like
what?
Anywho,
I mean, I guess, but like
if you've ever had to trim or shave your beard for any reason,
yeah.
Do you ever like try to shave it like I'll use an example like Wolverine's facial hair,
no.
or Tony Stark. I've done the Tony Stark, I've done the Wolverine, and then I shaved it off afterwards. Like it's fun. It's like and this is another one that if you're not old enough for these toys, you remember it was like Harry something was the name of the toy, and it was with that the magnet that you could like take the it wasn't charcoal, it was like the stuff that's in pencils. I think it was graphite, maybe, and it's magnetic, and you can move the graphite on, and you could like put a beard on him, or you could put hair on him.
I want to make a disclaimer: we're not sponsored by the fast or the fast casual fine dining establishment known as Cracker Barrel.
No,
because that is a Cracker Barrel toy. I know exactly what you're talking. Yeah, because it's an old timey like 70s, 80s like magnet toy where you can move the metal shavings around. I know exactly what you're freaking talking about. Yeah,
dude.
Oh my god.
See chat. That's why we've got the underscores in our names.
All right. So chat. Here's the deal. The joke is right now if you have X, if you have lowercase x, uppercase X, lowercase x, underscores, you are an old man or woman gamer. You just are. All right, Sage, I'll do you one better though.
Okay, let's hear.
Remember those 9-tile puzzles?
Oh yeah, where you had to like shift them.
Yeah.
And a lot of times too, they would have like an image on top, and so you'd have to shift them till you got the picture correct.
Yep.
I remember doing
numbers.
Those.
Just the numbers.
Or numbers.
Yeah.
That's probably why I like Sudoku so much. I'm not gonna lie. Like I could smash into Sudoku.
Can't do it. Crosswords? Oh god, I'll do crosswords all day, right? But Sudoku? Nope. I'm just out. I'm out.
I love
Can't do
Sudoku,
man. Bro, you know why we had all those, right?
I mean, they help develop your mind for one.
No, I'm talking about like all those little early like kids' toys and puzzles.
Yeah, my answer was that they help produce smarter individuals as they get older because they're learning problem solving.
It's because problem solving was a great way to distract you from the long hours of road tripping that most Americans would do in the 90s and 80s.
I slept or I read during those. And when the handheld Game Boys came out, I obviously played my Game Boy.
Right. All right. So I got to ask, did you have like the 75 different like attachments for yours?
No, but I did have what was it? The Virtual Boy attachment that you could do. It was it was a headset. and it used red. It used the color red.
Oh, wow. You had the
to like beam this image into your eye, right?
Oh God,
it probably wasn't good for you. but
Do you
can
have
play
contacts now?
You can play like Mario on it. But it beamed it into your eye.
Yeah.
So like it was crazy.
Oh my God, yeah.
No, but I do remember having the original Game Boy. And I would play Pokemon on it. Play Pokemon Blue. Blue was the game that I had.
Peasant.
Yes, I was a peasant.
Red version for life.
See, if I had to choose a version out of all the versions now, yellow version.
Oh my God,
yellow version.
Yes,
because
so much better.
Having Pikachu follow you around and the fact that you could teach Pikachu like fly and he'd float on little balloons and stuff, or you could teach him surf and it was just a surfing Pikachu. I thought that was really cool. And growing up, having watched the Pokemon show as it was coming out,
right?
Like it was the fact that I could be like Ash. I could totally have my Pikachu follow me,
right?
And I was just like, yes, this is my game. This is my jam.
Bruh.
So,
I'll tell a sad story real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so you know my brother is my moderator on my Twitch channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
That son of a bitch.
Now, you said this is a sad story, not an angry story, right?
Sorry. It's an angry, sad story. How about that?
Okay.
So, we had both gotten we had gotten a Game Boy to share. And then 6 months later, my parents were like, all right, you kids fight over the damn Game Boy too much. Daedalus, what do you want? And so he got a purple one. I got the yellow one. And then Pokemon came out.
Purple one.
What, 98?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Hold on. I actually want to check when Pokemon Red came out.
Yeah, you should look that up because I was still in elementary school when Pokemon came out. And I think I was in 5th or 6th grade.
Oh God. Okay. So 96.
What year?
So
that sounds about right.
So I was a little behind. All right, bet. So 98, my parents were like, here you go, kids. You got Pokemon. So they gave us red version. And then we started fighting over that too.
Because there was only one save slot.
God, so here's the deal. My parents being basically computer illiterate in the 90s, except for my dad thought they were cool. So he wanted one because he had a friend that was really into them. They got us blue version later, which is cool. And then my brother and I at the time, literally they got me red version. And then later on, they got blue version for my brother. And it was one of those things of we were kind of racing to see what was going on. He was 4, 5, 6. He wasn't very old. I wasn't very old. And we were just kind of, racing to see what was going on. So then I get past what was it? The Saffron City gym? What was the one with all the bugs?
City...
Oh God.
The bugs?
The bugs.
The bugs was Erica in goodness, it was the city in the middle of the map. I can picture it. Viridian City?
I can't remember.
Was it Viridian?
The ninjas.
Oh, that's Koga. Koga's the ninjas.
Yeah.
Bugs. Koga.
Fuchsia City. It was Fuchsia City. Yeah.
Fuchsia. Yep,
so we'd both gotten to Fuchsia City, and he had picked a water type, something that was weak to poison and bugs, and he just his child brain at the time was very much I have one Pokemon that I got, and I'm going to train it, and then he's going to have his HM slave in the background that I helped him set up. And then he had 3 other Pokemon that he thought were cool, but he didn't know that despite I told you, Daedalus, I did. That you had to rotate your team to get the XP, or you had to get the XP share eventually.
Even then, the XP share only shared a small amount at the time. You guys are spoiled now.
God, yes,
because
they are.
The XP share gives you a whole lot more XP to your other Pokemon now than it did back in the day.
It was tragically small amounts. So
but
I kept telling him, hey, you got to do this because eventually you're gonna get to a point where you can't do this. So I made the Fuchsia City gym, And like, I took a nap in the car.
Yeah.
I wake up, my red version's out of my Game Boy.
Okay.
And my brother's like, "Oh, I thought you wanted to play like another game." So like, I load up this other game. It's like a Super Mario like party kind of
Yeah.
game, but it's like a bunch of Nintendo mini games and stuff like that.
Like
I
a
play that.
Wario.
Yeah, kind of like that. So I play that. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play Pokemon again. I just beat that gym leader. So I go to do this, and my save is gone.
Oh no. No.
And I think my brother named the character after him.
Like
So
he
yeah, he used his real name, right?
he created a new save on
Yep.
your version and
Yep,
named the character after
on
him.
my cartridge, and named the character after him.
If,
So
if that isn't evidence, I mean,
I flip shit on this car ride, and I just flat out like lunge across the car.
I mean back then that was a lot of progress. Like
That's like half the game, right?
yeah, it's over half the game. That you're getting close to the end at that point.
Because like I think it's only like Cinnabar Island after that, and you go back and you fight Giovanni.
Yeah, yeah.
So I launch myself at him. My mom comes into the back seat to break us up because it's a minivan.
Oh, yeah.
Like my
there's
mom
room.
climbs over
There's
the
room
center
to fight.
console. She climbs over the center console to break us up. I'm just horribly explaining what happens in between tears and rage. So my mom's like, "Give me your Game Boy, son," and she boots it up, and she just looks at my brother with this stare of, "I can't believe you created this problem for me."
How
So
dare you?
she's like, "Give me your Game Boy." So she takes his Game Boy. She's like, "You will not get this back until the end of the trip on the car ride back home."
If it was my parents, my mom would have probably been like, "Guess what? I'm
You
going to
don't
start a
have a
new
Game
game on yours." So now you have to start at the beginning too.
And that's what I tried to tell my parents. I was like, "You should make them start over too." And they were just like,
Yeah.
No, one problem is already one problem too many. He doesn't
So-
get it for like the rest of the time. You get to catch back up. And that's what I
I
did.
know that you guys were still kids and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but what was he trying to accomplish? Was he just trying to
He was
get rid of your progress because you guys were racing to see who could beat
Yep.
the game first?
Yep.
Ah,
He was jealous at the time. Don't worry though. I got back at him like 3 years after we got Pokemon. We moved into like the middle of the countryside, brand new house, middle of the woods. And my
Okay.
parents were like, "Boys, here's a shovel. Go have fun."
Of course.
as
As you
parents in the
do.
late 90s, early 2000s did
Yeah.
for boys. And so we were digging a hole, and I found a tree root. And I was like, "This tree root's not coming out. Dealus, go get us some sodas. I'm kind of thirsty." So I did. So he goes and gets Capri Suns for us.
Yeah, the sodas for kids back in the day, Capri Suns. Gotcha.
Yeah. And at this point, I've given up at trying to chop through the tree root with the shovel by just jumping on it. So I start
Yeah.
swinging the shovel like an axe.
Oh no!
You already see where this is going, don't you?
Oh no!
So I rear back up with my shovel to strike it with all of my childhood might, and then I just hear my brother screaming.
Whoa! Whoa!
So I turn around, and he's just on the ground crying, and his face is split open. And I just am like screaming for my parents, and they were in the kitchen, which was like literally 20 feet away. So they heard my brother screaming, and my
Of
dad
course,
comes
yeah.
running out with a dish rag because he was doing dishes because our freaking dishwasher wasn't done yet and hadn't been installed properly. And he's like, "What the hell happened?" And he looks at my brother's like sheeting blood face.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Car now." And I'm like, "But my hole that I'm digging." He's like, "Car now." I'm like, "All right,
Gotta
fine."
Go to the hospital.
So we go. He puts pressure on it. He gets my
Yeah.
brother to stop like sheeting blood down his face, and like a few stitches later, and we're back to normal.
Yeah.
And
Those head wounds, man, though head wounds, regardless of how small it is, they're always gushers.
So here's the thing.
Always.
He only had to have 3 stitches.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Like,
kid you
the
not.
smallest of scars, but he's got one.
I mean, even the one the face wound I got on a bar fight, like literally, like it gushed, and it was a small one. It wasn't
Wait.
even.
Is this a different bar fight than the one you told me about?
No. This is the same bar
Same
fight
bar fight?
that I got into when I was an active duty military man.
All right. All right. Tell the viewers. I'm curious.
You're curious. You've heard this story though, but I mean, if it's for the
I
viewers,
might have also
thought
been
it
drunk
was
at the
actually-
time.
It's quite possible.
All right.
So there was this bar that I frequented. As a matter of fact, I became a regular there after my first deployment because they sent me home after like 2 weeks, or they sent me home from my deployment after my deployment was over, and they give you 2 weeks time off to recuperate, right, for being back in the States. So you can make sure that you're mentally prepared to go back to work and you're not in a war mindset.
Yeah, I get you.
Well, I spent those 2 weeks in a bar, ladies and gentlemen, because all of my friends had to work. I didn't have anybody to talk to.
So you had
so I was
nothing
just
to
like,
do.
I was like, hey, I'm going to go to the bar at noon and spend the whole day there for 2 weeks. Anyway, so I made fast friends there. So the bar, the people at the bar, they knew me. So I'm trying to establish the fact that I was a regular at this point when I got into this fight. I'd been going to this bar for at least a year or two at this point, and so I get there, and I was a beer nurser. For those that don't know what nursing your beer is, it's you're sipping on one beer for like an hour, right? And I was just there to be social and relax. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. If you are a nurser, good for you. That means that you're not wasting money. And you're not totally gone to where you can't get home. So like
do you know what the average cost of a beer at a bar is these days?
I want to say they're reaching up into the $4 mark, depending on the bar you go to.
7, depending on the bar you go to. 7.
There's a place near me that I can still get them for about $2 a pop. It's a hole in the wall place though.
Oh, I'm jealous.
So like they treat the people that go there, the regulars.
So you get 2 beers and you're there for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, something like that. I don't nurse anymore, but back then I was a nurser. If I go to drink, I'm going to drink. Right now, we're drinking socially. There's not that I don't need to go out and get pardon my French, shit-faced. But
the last time was great.
But if I'm at a bar and I'm there to have a good time, I'm going to have a good time. Gosh darn it!
Heck yeah!
Get me my shot of Jameson and my Bud Light, and I'm good to go. That's yeah. Anyways, don't me. Don't my heritage. Don't my Irish heritage.
Hey, I feel like your Irish heritage could use some freaking Guinness.
I do love me some Guinness, chat. I do love me some
Bud
Guinness.
Light.
I say chat. We're not live streaming. My brain is in
here's
Twitch
the deal. You will never escape that. I've done that 4 times today already.
So to continue on with the story, there were these 2 twin brothers that they were actually not allowed in the bar anymore. There was actually a restraining order, and they weren't supposed to be there. But they were in there, and they weren't causing any trouble, and they weren't talking to anybody. So instead of confronting them and possibly starting a confrontation to get them out, we just left them. We just left them because it was just not worth it. If stuff went down, then we would deal with it.
All right, I got you.
Well, stuff went down.
Of course it did.
This man, so this husband and wife, they went to the bar, and they were not regulars or anything like that, but they were in the bar, and the wife set her purse down over by the bar, and they went to like the dance floor, and because there was a DJ and things like that. Well, she told her husband, she said, "Hey, can you go in my purse and go get me something from my purse?" You know,
all right.
I don't know if that was the exact wording or anything like that, but the husband was going to go into the wife's purse to get something. And so he goes. Yeah, he goes over there. He starts digging around in the purse, and one of the twins gets up from the table, and he walks over and he says, "Hey, that's not yours. You shouldn't be going through that.
Get out of that purse."
The man, The man goes, "This is my wife's purse. She asked me to grab this for her." And so they started getting into an argument. Now,
Oh no.
let me give you a little bit about this layout of this bar.
Yeah.
So you've got the dance floor, which is in an open area. The DJ
yeah.
booth is over there. As you slowly start to make your way toward the back of the bar, there's like a
Couple tables?
hallway
Oh.
that you can go down to get
Alright.
toward where the pool tables are. But it's not a full hallway because the bar, you can sit down that little hallway up on the bar. So it's like the bar
Okay,
wraps
okay.
around, but it's only big enough for like a person to walk by if there are people sitting at the bar.
Okay,
So
I got
they're up against the side near the bar, and this girl starts to walk by them, and the twin guy he swings at the guy,
Oh,
almost
no.
hits the girl as she's walking by. Now I had just ordered my second beer for the night, so
Oh,
I had
no.
a freshie, right?
Yeah,
So
you had a fresh beer.
I set it down on the table and I walk over and I get in between them.
And you're like, what the hell is going
Just-
on, fellas? We don't need this.
Just
Yeah.
a personal thing, guys, or not a personal thing. Just a piece of advice: do not stand in between two people that are ready to throw fists at each
Oh,
other.
God.
Don't do it. Just
So
don't
who
do it.
hit you
It's
first?
bad. We will get to that.
Oh.
So I get in between, and I'm facing the twin because I know
Yeah.
that he's the one that instigated it, and we, if
He's
they're
got
not even supposed to be
history
there
at this
anyways.
bar. Oh, they didn't see it. Yeah, I get you.
So the husband is standing behind me. Well, now that there's a body between the husband and the twin, the husband's starting to feel brave and
Of
starts
course.
talking even more
Oh,
shit.
God.
And so I tell the twin, I'm just like, hey, I don't care if you guys beat the shit out of each other. Do it
But
out
do
in
it
the
outside.
freaking parking lot.
Yeah.
You're causing problems for other people.
I get
And
you, I get
so the husband says something that sets the twin off. I don't remember
no.
exactly. And the twin goes to swing at him and punches me in the face. Now, mind you,
Oh,
I am
shit.
also wearing glasses at the time.
Oh, that's a dick move.
And so, yeah, never hit a guy in glasses.
Please
you hit a guy
don't.
in glasses if you have
I'm
to.
gonna come
But
unglued if you hit me with glasses, because like 90% of the time, I guarantee those are gonna break, and I'm gonna need $300.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it out on your ass.
luckily, mine did not break. But
Hey, yo, let's go.
there was enough pressure that the joint where the arm and the front of the frame meet dug into my face and basically
Ah.
gouged near my
Yeah.
eye, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, I got hit in the face, and I didn't go unconscious, guys. I'm not a.
You
not,
didn't go
I'm
down,
not-
chat.
I
You're
can
gonna go
take a
down.
few punches. I can take
You
a
can
few
take a
punches
hit.
before I go unconscious. But I was stunned in the fact that my brain was trying to figure out what just happened.
Who
Like,
hit me and
literally,
where? Yeah.
what just happened? And so now the husband and the twin are like hitting each other at this point.
Oh, God.
And my friend comes over,
Yeah.
and he's just coming over to check on me. And so the
He
twins
sees you
twin
take
brother,
a hit.
no, well, yeah. Well, my friend saw me take the hit. The twins' twin brother, who was still seated at the table, sees my friend come over and thinks that my friend is about to start
Throw down
ganging up on his brother,
Oh, God.
even though he was only coming over to check on me. So this dude gets up from the table,
And starts
grabs a
throwing hands at
beer
your
bottle,
friend. What?
grabs a
Bro,
beer bottle,
what?
and smashes it on the back of my friend's head.
This escalated
Then-
quickly.
It's still
Holy shit.
escalating.
What?
It's still escalating.
We're not
No,
done.
I'm not done. I'm
All
not
right.
done.
Jesus.
We were friends with the DJ,
Yeah.
and the DJ
What?
takes his shoes off, hops over the DJ booth, and
He
does
can't
a
crease his
jumping
Jordans. He can't
haymaker
crease his
into the
Jordans.
back of the twins' head, the one that hit my friend with the beer bottle, cracked the
Yeah.
back of his skull open with
Oh,
the force
shit.
of his hit. And like all hell broke loose. Pool cues were being grabbed. I actually got hit with a pool cue, mind you. That's the pool stick, guys. That's the stick they use to play pool.
Yeah.
They're called cues. I got smacked with a pool cue. Like it went down.
Holy shit.
The police showed up. Now, like I said,
And you're active
regular
duty
at
at
the
the
bar.
time, right?
oh yeah, I'm active duty. I am
So you're freaking out.
totally boned.
So you're
if
freaking
military
out because
police
if
show
this
up.
gets back to
No,
your command, they're
actually-
going to be like, hey, what the fuck?
I was having adrenaline at the time. I
Oh,
wasn't even thinking about command, but like I was just like doing my thing or whatever.
I get
And
you. I get you.
the perk of knowing the guy who owns the bar, because I was a regular and I've been there forever, and knowing the lady working behind the bar,
Yeah.
your bartendress, if you will, she vouched for me and said I was one of the bouncers. So the cops left me alone. And so I go, so after all is said
No.
and done, now I'm gonna jump back to why the DJ took off his shoes, because you may be
Yeah.
asking
Because
why.
you didn't want to crease
This
the Jordans.
DJ had been to prison before,
Oh.
and the first thing they take is your shoes, and he did not want anybody having his shoes. They take your laces before you get in
What?
there, but you still have to wear your shoes. But
Yeah.
people will murk you for your nice shoes. They will beat you up and take your
I'm-
shoes if you're in a jail
Bro,
cell.
I've
Like,
seen some stuff on
if they're
YouTube
nice
shorts.
stuff.
Yeah, they'll
So-
straight up shave you for that.
So literally, that's why he took his shoes off. So
All
fast
right.
forward to after the fight, the cops have the twins. The twins had a restraining order. They weren't supposed to be there anyways. So everyone else
Okay.
that was involved, it was pretty much, we were fine. Whatever.
Not bad. Not bad.
I go back to get my beer, my full beer that I didn't even have a chance to drink yet, and it's gone. It's
What do you
just
mean it's
gone.
gone?
Somebody took my beer. And so I'm sitting there
Bro.
bleeding from the face, and I just go, I talk to the bartendress, and I'm just like, hey, somebody took my beer. I could really use one right now.
could
And
use
she
a
goes,
beer
oh,
right now,
so she
yeah.
goes and she just gives me a beer, right? I don't have to pay for it, nothing.
Not bad.
She just gives me a beer. And then she goes, oh man, your face is bleeding really bad. And then she proceeds to mop up my face.
Okay.
As this is going on.
And that kid's is How I Met Your Mother.
No,
Oh,
that's at
man.
I did meet my my daughter's mother at that bar, however, which I've got a story for that. That was
Oh
pretty
God.
good.
All
But
right.
anyways, so I'm sitting there getting my face mopped up while I'm drinking this
Yeah.
beer, and the girl who almost got hit, her and her friends come up to me, right? And they're thanking me for looking out for their friend who almost got hit, and just like, so I'm like surrounded by girls. I'm just like, what the heck? What am I supposed to do with this?
And
And
you're
I
in the
was,
middle of an adrenaline high that's coming down.
yeah, I was in my early 20s, guys. Shoot, I bet you I've got a lot more confidence now, and now that I'm in my late 30s than I did in my early
Yeah.
20s. But like back then, I was just like, I don't even know what to do with this. My friend who got hit in the head with a beer bottle, he's on the other end of the bar holding a rag to the back of his head, and nobody's coming up to check on him.
Oh,
Well,
man.
it turns out he actually got really mad at the fact that the girls and the bartender behind the counter were paying attention to me after all was said and
Oh,
done.
heck.
He
Yeah.
brought this up to me. He was not happy.
It's like, what the hell, bud?
And man, I had a brain fart. Oh, so anyways, after
Don't
the
worry, it
girls,
happens,
thank me and all that stuff, and like my face gets mopped up, and I finish my beer, I go and I check my buddy, and me and the DJ were just like, hey man, you should probably go to the ER. You got hit in the head you got smashed in the head with the back of
right?
in the back of the head with a beer bottle. You may have a concussion, and we do not want you going to bed without
Was
getting
he
that checked out.
concussed?
I honestly don't remember. Maybe I was concussed. I honestly don't
Dang it,
remember.
Sage.
I do know that I told my friend, I said, hey, I'm going to take you to the base emergency room so you can get your head checked out. He goes, no, I'm not going to go. I won't go. And I was like, come on, dude, if you have a concussion and you don't wake up the next day,
It's going to be on me, and I'm going to feel
it's
really
gonna be
bad
on me.
forever.
Yeah. And so he goes, I'll
I
only
get
go
you.
if you get yourself checked in too, because now,
Oh my
mind you, I had a small
God.
gash on the side of my face,
Yeah,
right?
From the glasses.
And from the glasses. And we were both active duty military, mind you, me and my friend.
yeah.
So so I go, fine, I'll get seen on base. So I take him to the ER, he gets seen, I get seen. They want to give me stitches for the wound near my eye, and I was like, hell no. So okay, I've got this thing where like I don't mind needles, right?
Yeah.
But I do not like things coming near my eyes whatsoever.
Oh my God.
Not
yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like when they were just like, this is like, I was like, no, just give me some super glue and a sterile strip,
just
and
glue
I
it
will take
together
care
and
of
give
it
me a sterile.
myself.
I'll be fine.
And that's what I did. Well, you know what happened, right? Because I went to an emergency room that was ran by the base. This got back to my supervisor.
Yeah. Go back to your commanding
now-
officer, and the commanding officer's like, what the shit? right?
I'm not too proud of this, but you know, I was a young idiot,
Yeah.
and so I told the people that I worked with that were the same rank as me roughly,
Yeah.
that, oh man, you know, you should have seen me, blah, blah blah blah. I was so cool, blah blah blah. You know,
Oh
I was
no.
bragging. I was
Oh,
bragging.
you idiot.
Uh,
Oh no, you
and,
idiot.
and then so my supervisor, he
Yeah.
pulls me aside and he goes, so basically what I'm hearing from everybody is that you're part of the problem. You were part of the instigation of this.
Oh
And da da
god.
da. And so like I was like, no, I was just saying, I was embellishing things. I did get my licks in.
Yeah.
I was part of the fight, but I embellished to make me sound better than it actually was.
Oh god.
Chat, people don't do that. Like,
Don't do that. God, don't do that.
It's
Just tell it straight.
tell it straight.
Or don't tell it at all.
Yeah, or don't tell it at all. But yeah, so that was my bar fight. You actually kept that bloody T-shirt because my T-shirt was covered in blood. I kept that for about a year until my next girlfriend threw it out on me, and I was like, "What are you doing? It's my trophy." And she's like, "It's disgusting. It's gross." As an adult now, I'm like, "Yeah, it was probably disgusting and gross. I probably didn't need to hold on to it." But
Bro.
as a young man who had gotten into his one and only bar fight, I was like, "That's a trophy."
Bruh.
And that same bar, I'm gonna go into how I met
Oh, the same bar.
my daughter's mother, which this one's short.
All right.
Me and
I
the
have
same
some
friend.
questions. I have some bar related questions, but I also enjoy hearing these stories.
Okay, well, you can ask your bar related questions after I finish this one.
Bet.
So me and the same friend who
Yeah.
probably had a concussion. We
Did
were
he
both.
tell you later on if he did or not, or that's
No,
just gonna be a mystery forever?
It's gonna be a mystery. I don't even talk to this guy anymore.
Comment section. Do you think he had a concussion? Yes or no?
I mean, back of the head, beer bottle. The beer bottle did not shatter, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh God.
So that means all the force
yes or no?
went straight into his head.
Yeah.
So same
your
bar,
same friend, different night.
different night.
How did you meet your ex?
So both me and my friend were hitting on her.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
he started hitting on her. And then
I'm assuming
I
he
started
crashed
hitting
out.
on her when I noticed that he was like swinging and missing.
Oof.
So I started hitting on her. And so eventually I kept asking her if she'd go out with me, if she'd go out on a date or something like that. And she goes, you know what? If you can get my brother's permission, and now mind you, her brother was sitting at the other end of the bar. If you could get my brother's permission, then I will go out on a date with you.
Damn.
And so I was gone. I was like toasted.
You
guys.
were already over there.
I walked over there and I was
you
like, hey,
were
man,
just like, how many drinks?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I drink like a fish now, so I can only imagine what a younger sage was drinking like.
Oh Jesus!
But like,
all right, bet.
Literally, I walked over and I said, "Hey, your sister said that I have to get your permission to take her out on a date."
All right.
And I tell you what, her brother, and by the way, he is an extremely cool man. I think he's awesome. Even now, even though I don't talk to him as much as I used to.
Okay.
This man turns and he looks at me, and then he looks at his sister and goes, "She's a dang grown a woman. She can decide for herself.
She can decide for herself."
And so I walk back over and I said, "Hey, your brother says you can make the decision for yourself." And she shot him a death glare because, like, she was relying on him
hey, you're
to
supposed
be
to be the wingman to tell these jokers to get the heck out of my way.
And so she did agree to go out on a date with me, and we
bet.
have a child together. Our child is 14 years old. She'll be turning 15 this year.
I remember when I met you. She was like 12.
Yeah. Time flies.
Sage, we know each other for like 2. We know each other for almost like 2 years.
About 2 years.
Jesus.
We met playing Star. What is
Starship
it?
Troopers Extermination.
Starship Troopers. Yeah.
That was like 20.
Yeah,
that was like 2023. That wasn't 20. No, that wasn't 24. That was 23. We're going on 2 years.
That was 23. Yeah, that was 23, and I was the cameraman, or one of the cameramen.
Yeah. I still never talked to those guys.
But you had bar questions. You had bar questions.
I've got a story about that, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
I have a bad story about that.
Oh no.
All right, so everyone knows I stream, right? And normally when I collab with people, like anyone in the circle knows that like you're not supposed to say stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
Like no like excessive swearing, no like, racial slurs, no stuff like that. So
Especially
like,
not racial slurs.
God no, your channel will get deleted. So like
Yeah.
I bring this guy on who I've known since like 2017, right? 2018. And like, he's a young kid, he's whatever, and like he's 22, 23 at the time. No, he was like 19 at the time. Like whatever. So like COVID happens, I get married, I get divorced, all that other shit happens, and then I'm gonna start streaming again. So this is when I'm a VTuber, right?
Yeah.
Like I knew Yuki at the time. And no, this is before my VTuber debut. I was still a flesh tuber. And
the original. The original story. Not because you were a VTuber when I met you as a cameraman for that.
No,
that,
this is before I was ever a VTuber. This is when I was a flesh tuber. And chat, look, comment section. This is like VTuber, like streamer horror stories. So like I have this guy reach back out to me. He's like, hey, it's been a hot minute. Let's hang out. So I hang out with him. And he's like, hey, can I join you playing Ark? So I'm like, yeah, sure. So we're like setting up this mega base. It's really cool and all that. And like he joins in and he's just like he's slurring every other word. I'm like, all right, he's a little drunk. And I'm like, all right, yeah. So we keep playing as the night goes on. Like I hear him like mute up. Occasionally I'll hear someone like scream at him in the background. I'm like, whatever. So then he comes back after like 20 minutes of being AFK, and he says the most heinous shit, and like it's about his fiance, right?
So not only was it heinous, he was talking bad about his fiance.
So I'm gonna try and find some couth way to say this. He's like, I wish she would just make the railroad tracks complete, and
oh no,
then I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore.
Oh my goodness.
And he says this on a live stream with me and 4 other creators.
Wow.
While we're live. Over an open mic. Yeah.
I hate it, but I mean, it's crazy. Like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I'm just like, God damn, Jimmy, you can't say this shit.
Jimmy!
So, yeah, I don't talk to that guy anymore. Talk about horror stories. So yeah, that's a horror story. Sage, I would like to know a horror story.
A horror story.
So here's the deal. Every time I have people on the show for the first time, I always bring up one horror story. Like,
does it have to be
stream related horror story? Stream related. What is the worst horror story you have?
See, my stuff has been tame and beautiful. Like I have not had a horror story yet.
All right, comment section. Sergeant Sage, all one word. No, there's a Sergeant _ Sage. You can find him on twitch.tv. This man needs a stream horror story. How have you not had a bad experience streaming yet? Holy hell.
I think the worst thing that I've had is bots coming in saying, you want more viewers? I think that's the worst that I've had.
Do you want more viewers? Subscribe to 6969420XD viewers.com. YouTube, for legal reasons, this is a joke. Don't ban this video.
Yeah.
You have not.
I will say though, as a moderator, I have seen some pretty heinous stuff for moderating for other people's channels.
All right, what's the worst you got?
Well, this is not Twitch. This is actually TikTok. TikTok, I don't know what is with people that watch TikTok.
Bro,
no offense if you're a TikTok viewer.
That is why I stopped doing TikTok. The comment section of the viewership is
like
special.
Tuning is ridiculous, man. It's
like what the hell?
I can't tell like how many people that I had to ban because their names were highly inappropriate. And the first thing they would say in a chat to a new person that they've never watched before was something heinous.
Show me your toes.
Something heinous. We literally have set it up now to where goon and gooning and goons they block any chat that has those words in it.
Oh god.
then with Hawk2 still being very big,
Yeah.
don't look that up, chat. It's not appropriate for all
Oh my
audiences.
god. He's got a
Um,
story about this too.
just these
Yeah.
people would come in and they would just
Say the
start
most
spouting Hawk2
absurd-
stuff, and I'm just like, and it would be like,
Because you don't moderate for any like 18+ streamers, do you?
so the thing is like they keep it PG-13 as best as possible.
I mean, PG-13's best for like the rate, well, not for the ratings. Jeez, but, like
Yeah.
best for like the censorship across the board, and like
It is.
making the video discoverable. Yeah, I
But
get
like, as far as the making 18 and up content, not really. They don't
Okay.
do that. But they do. They do have an audience that some are young because of the games that they play.
I'm guessing.
Some are older. I'm probably, as far as I know, I'm probably the oldest one that sits in the chat.
All right. All
guys,
right.
but anyways,
Hold on, I'm
just
gonna refill my glass real quick.
yeah. I heard your cork too. I love the
Yeah,
sounds
go
of
for
corks
it.
coming out of bottles.
So this is not an actual
I love
cork. This is one of those bottles that's got a plastic cork in it. I hate my life.
Still, I mean, a cork is a cork, even if it's not made out of cork.
True.
Um,
So yeah, you moderate for someone that's got a very unique audience, and they've got a mixture of all ages.
yeah.
Which, like, I'm not gonna lie, because I went from kind of like, hey, no kids allowed, because like, you know, we're talking about adult topics, to Jesus Christ, these kids got it hard these days too. So like, I'm kind of like, you know, audience for everyone. Like, we'll talk about some like hee hee ha funny shit, but like, we won't touch like, you know, the deep topics often.
Listen, I'm still a young channel on Twitch. I mean, I'm coming up on my 1 year here at the end of March.
It's almost been a year.
It's almost been a year since I started.
Proud of you.
But I haven't focused on growth because I'm doing this for fun right now. Yeah. I'm doing it for fun. Once my daughter is 18 and I don't have to, I will still obviously care and worry about her. But when I don't have to be on top of her to make sure she's doing her stuff, like, I don't have to be on call all the time.
Yeah, you don't have to be a teen dad.
Yeah,
not a teen dad, like a dad teen.
When she's an adult, and then I can deal with adult stuff. I won't have to work the job I'm working, and I'd be able to actually put more effort into building as a streamer.
I get you.
Right now, this is all for fun, and you might be like, well, you guys, you have a nice model, and it's well done, and all that stuff. You must have paid a pretty penny for it. Why would you put money into the model if you weren't going to build your community and become a serious streamer? And chat, at the time, when the economy was great, when the economy was booming and good, you
can't say such horrible words against our corporate overlords. How could you?
I know. But I was actually making decent money.
Bro, Sam.
I could afford it. And I was just like, look, I could get a PNG. I could just
get like a basic little intro, like whatever.
I could. But I was like, you know what? This is going to be a hobby, and I would rather have a nice model. I can afford to do it. So I want to do it. And
okay.
You might be asking, well, what if you ended up not liking it? And what if you ended up stopping and then you ended up spending all that money on that model that you can no longer get back? And I tell you what, chat, as long as you go into it with the whole thought of you're going there to have fun, yes, growing your channel is important. Let me talk. If you start off that way, if you start off that way, going into it to have fun and playing the games that you want to play and all that stuff, you'll keep going a lot longer. Like that, I'm only here still because I'm enjoying it. I could have easily just said, well, I'm not going to stream, but I'll still play multiplayer games with these streamer people, you know. but no, honestly, guys,
that's how we started.
Yep. Honestly, guys, just have fun with it. You don't have to buy an expensive model like me to start off. A basic
but you did it because
PNG.
You were wanting to build a foundation in case you in case you took
I networked
off. Otherwise,
I networked for 2 years prior to this too. So
I did
Which
zero
means-
networking. I basically relied on my golden retriever personality and 4 streamers, maybe 5 that I no longer talk to.
Yeah.
'Cause they
I mean,
hate
that's how
me.
I made affiliate in my first 2 weeks was networking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. Anyway, you
Bruh.
said you had bar questions.
I
I'm
do have
interested
bar
in these
questions.
bar questions.
Also, I'm still astounded you have not had a horror story on stream yet with like any of your moderation team or anything like that. I mean, I know
really
your
haven't.
moderation team because your moderation team is part of my mod team.
I gave Apple mod privileges because I wanted somebody to test things out for me, and I just didn't feel like I had to take it back. If Apple wants to nuke people, she can nuke people.
Apple, if you're watching this, chat, this is Ether Apple on our Twitch streams. She's a peach. She's really great at what she does.
Speaking of being a peach, isn't she planning on
she is,
streaming as well? Eventually, yeah.
I can't wait to see that happen.
I can't wait to see either.
Mostly
and obviously
I want to
she'll
put
have
screws to her and be like, "Hey, so what do you think? What are you doing?" Huh?
I can just picture it now. Shades is just like, "Hey, so when are you getting on Twitter? When are you gonna start tweeting, Apple? When are you getting on social media, Apple?"
You were comment section, viewers, chatters, friends, family, countrymen. This man does not freaking tweet. Like, I want you to know I unfollowed you because I was like, he hasn't tweeted in so long. I need accounts because, like, I'm not sure if Twitter still does this bullshit, right? Where you can't follow a lot of accounts because otherwise it tanks your discoverability.
I completely understand. My reason for not getting into social media is because I'm not looking to grow
you're not
right
looking
now.
to do that. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
But I was like, Sage, come on. Sage. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, once or twice a week, we're like, Sage, come on, you should tweet about this. Sage, you should tweet about this. Oh, Sage, that'll be a great tweet. And he just laughs it off.
I am sure that when the time comes and I start getting into a habit of doing it, it'll be like nothing. Like, I won't even like blink to be able to do it. But like just getting started in it. The funny thing is, I find getting it started in social media so much harder than hitting the start button to do a stream. Like, when I did my first stream, I did not have any anxiety or anything like that. I was just like, "Boop, let's go, let's have fun, let's just." But social media, oh my goodness,
it's just like, oh, I gotta be funny, and it's just like you gotta make sure you write it perfectly because like you're only getting one shot, and then if no one cares, they're not gonna click, they're not gonna view, they're not gonna click like. Like, I get it. I do.
The funny thing too is, and you might be able to attest to this more than me, is like on those social media sites, you either have to be funny, be doing something interesting, or
you have
talking
to be
politics.
Controversial as shit, and it's like politics, or it's like, oh, so I think this VTuber talking about weird alt whatever groups is sacrilege, and it just degrades the entire VTuber community as a whole, and we should ostracise them. It's happening now, by the way.
That's all we're going to talk about politics, guys. We're here to have fun, but I just wanted to use that as a point that in order to be relevant on those platforms, you have to be part of those categories at some point.
God.
And I don't feel like stirring the pot just yet.
I mean, I don't like, here's the deal. Even I recognize it as an easy way out. I'm not going to lie, I do. But like, I won't, because like, I'm here to entertain people. I'm here to make people laugh. Like, the minute I have people going, Shades, you should tell people your politics on a certain thing, I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
Nope.
My politics are this. I'm going to bury a box of rifles in the field. And the minute I have someone saying, comrade or brother, you should report for work. Nope.
I can just picture that. They're like, comrade, you should come to work. And then you're just like, comrade, I need to go check on my potatoes. And you
I need to go check on my hogs real quick. And I go out and dig up the rifles, and it's just fucking on. Like, look. All right, so here's the deal. As like a native to the American Midwest, it's very much like a situation of, you know, the sheriff, the constable, the police. They're going to be 20 minutes out. You have 20 minutes to figure out what the hell you're going to do to survive. And especially because my family are a bunch of farmers for like forever,
Mhm.
and we're a portion Native American. I'm not going to touch too much on that because I don't want to attract any kind of detractors and be like, you should stop claiming that. I literally don't know because like
Mhm.
where I grew up in the Midwest, it was you tell the census man you're all white here, or otherwise you have problems. So I don't know my true heritage because my true heritage was erased by the government. And that's not me being a conspiracy theorist. Like, my grandfather says that's what my great grandfather did. And my grandmother, before she passed, said that's what my great grandfather did.
Okay. I don't
Which
know.
is really weird, right? So,
I'm mostly Irish, so I have to put I'm white on that sheet.
I get you. I get you.
Because us Irish people sometimes are the whitest of white with our pale skin. Uh,
You
I can
burn
say
in
that
the
because I'm
sunlight.
Irish, chat.
You
Don't you
burn in
start
the
saying it.
sunlight. You burn in the sunlight.
I've actually gotten pretty lucky because I've got some Greek heritage as well.
Ooh, nice.
So the Irish and the Greek, here's the thing: it's like I may burn like the first time of the season,
But like the second time,
I tan
you're
the rest of
tan.
the rest of
I'm
the
jealous.
season. Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, the reason why I say that, like, no one's coming to help you. You're on the farm. The nearest help is 30 minutes out if you can get a phone call out. Because, like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm just like, we'll sort it out and we'll let God figure out whoever decides to wrong me. And wronging me is very much, you decide to touch my life, my liberty, and my pursuit of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm starting to realize sounds very lopsided in one way. Damn. So how about those bar questions so we could segue out of this topic so that way we don't get flagged as like some weird right wing podcast and my channel discoverability gets nuked into the ground because I'm not that YouTube at all.
Nope.
All right. So, sir, my bar questions are this.
Sure.
Favorite beer, snacks for beer. What are you drinking if you order hard alcohol? What is your favorite sandwich?
Okay. So, Guinness, of course, is my beer of choice. If I'm drinking cheap, though, because Guinness is not cheap here in the States.
Bud.
If I'm drinking cheap, it's Bud Light because it's cheap.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. But Guinness is the favorite bar drink.
Shit, though.
If I'm going to eat a bar food, now are we talking like bar snacks that are provided by a bar, or if I'm drinking, what's my favorite snack to eat while I'm drinking?
All right, so both. If you're drinking at home, what's your favorite snack to have? And if you're at a bar, what like appetizers or sides or food that they provide are you ordering?
So most of the bars I go to don't have restaurants. So the bar snack of choice, if provided, is like pretzels. I love eating some salty pretzels while drinking some beer, which you're just like, so the beer dehydrates you,
and then the pretzels dehydrate you, and then you want to go back for more beer. I have a story about this when we're done with this topic, by the way.
So, but if I'm drinking at home, I normally, if I know I'm going to be drinking and it's like a party, social situation or whatever, buffalo chicken dip. Buffalo chicken
dip. The same one you linked to my Discord.
Oh, yeah. That is my snack of choice if I can have a snack. And I'm not a snacker. Not by trade. Like I don't I have snack food in the house, but most part it's for my kid. It's not for me.
I get you.
Now, so after food, it was the other questions?
Oh, so if you're drinking hard alcohol, what are you ordering?
Hard alcohol.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, right now we're drinking bourbon.
Heck yeah, we are.
But if I had my hard alcohol of choice, it would be Kraken rum is my go-to.
God, Blackstrap molasses rum.
I love it. If I'm at a bar, so I drink the Kraken when I'm at home.
Yeah.
If I'm at a bar, my liquor of choice is Jameson. I get a shot of Jameson with whatever beer I'm drinking.
Okay.
Double points if it's a Guinness in my Jameson.
So do you Irish car bomb it?
I'm an Irishman at heart. I drink my Guinness
is.
and I drink my Jameson.
So do you car bomb it?
I have done car bombs, but I only normally do the car bombs when it's a group thing. So I'll be like,
Alright.
hey, everybody, we're doing Irish car bombs. Let's go. But if it's just me, I will get my Jameson
You get a
and
shot, then you
and
order
I
a
will
beer,
get my beer
and you order
and
some pretzels.
I will hit the shot and then I'll start drinking the beer.
All right.
Because the old saying that I stand by, and this has worked every single time. Liquor before beer, and you're in the clear. Beer
right,
before liquor, you couldn't be sicker.
All right, old man.
Yeah, I know. I'm an old man.
Bro, I don't know if that works or not. I still don't know if that works or not.
There was one more question before the sandwich question, I think. Because it was favorite beer.
Yeah.
It was snack food.
Yeah.
It was favorite go-to hard liquor.
Yeah.
And then I remember that there's one more, and then there's a sandwich question.
All right. So if you're at a bar and you have the ability to order an entree, what are you getting?
I am getting myself. Oh, that's a hard choice.
Right? Is it not?
I love food. If I am, it depends on what's on the menu. So mozzarella sticks are a good choice.
No, I'm talking entree. Like, what are you getting?
Entree?
Yeah. No snacky shit. Like, if you're okay, and here's why I bring this up.
Okay.
Let me tell a story while you're debating real quick.
During the summer.
Oh shit, he's launching right. He's ready. Oh, he's ready. Oh Lord, he's ready. All right, what you got?
During the summer, when I mow the lawn, which I was doing on Mondays because I streams Tuesdays and I stream Sundays. Mow the lawn on Monday right after I get out of work, right? Okay. I go and I take a shower.
Okay, I get you.
I dress up a little bit and I go to a steakhouse.
Oh.
And I will get my shot and my beer. Yeah. And I will order myself an 8-ounce steak with mashed potatoes.
Hold up.
And a salad.
How do you order the steak?
I order my steak medium rare.
Oh, heck yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. I could go rare, but I save rare for
high-end places.
Prime rib. Prime rib is rare for me.
Oh, yes.
Rare prime rib, but a normal steak like a fillet or something like that, medium rare. And then for my daughter, I order hers medium. Although I think lately she's been eating medium rare like I have. So that's my entree that I get. And obviously, if you go to a Texas Roadhouse, which that's one of the options that I go to, you got the rolls with the cinnamon butter.
Yes,
oh my
cinnamon butter.
So good. So good. And then favorite sandwich. What is my favorite sandwich?
Like if you're all right, so I bring up favorite sandwich because like, you know, if you're out and about and you know it's like the afternoon, or if you like, you know, you feel like tying one on at 1 o'clock on a weekend, like what kind of sandwich you getting with your beer? That kind of situation.
So I have a ritual sandwich that I eat before I go
a ritual
drinking.
Sandwich. Oh. All right, what you got?
So if I know I'm going to be doing a lot of drinking that day, I will go and I will have a large meatball sub.
Oh. Hey, yo.
Yes.
Let's go.
A meatball sub before I go and drown my sorrows, chat.
Bet. Comment section, what's your favorite sandwich?
Yeah, what's your favorite sandwich, guys? We want to know.
I do want to know. I'm on the hunt for more.
Inquiring minds wish to know.
So here's why I bring this up.
Yes, go.
Every other bar I've been to up here is either attached to a restaurant or it's a quote-unquote tap house. Which, in the Great White North of America, and by Great White North, I'm not saying some racist weird shit. I'm saying we get a lot of fucking snow up here.
So much snow.
In the state of like, you know, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and like the Dakotas, that like, it's the Great White North because we got snow on the ground almost year round.
Yeah, Minot, North Dakota, snow all the freaking time, all year round almost.
And
or at least I feel like it's almost all year round.
Yeah. So like, I have not been to like a bar or a tap house that has not served like some sort of food situation, right?
Okay.
So what I will do is I will go into a bar or a tap house. I will get an IPA, just off the rip.
Mhm,
I'll be like, "What's your IPA?"
What's the house special?
Yeah, what's that special? It's an IPA. Give me a draft. And then, like, if I'm feeling generous, I normally don't order hard liquor. Normally,
Yeah.
because like, I don't know, the accountant in me is like, it's like what, $5 a shot. 5
Yeah.
shots essentially makes a bottle of whatever it is. And I could just go home and, spend the $25 and get it at home
Yeah.
and do whatever I want. But like, if I gotta order a shot, it's probably gonna be, it's either gonna be Jameson, like you said,
Mhm.
or it's going to be Wild Turkey 101.
Wild
Right?
Turkey. My
Right?
first entrance to Wild Turkey was on my 21st birthday, where I wasn't allowed to pick my drinks and I had to drink
No.
everything that was given to me. And
Oh
they
no.
finished off the night with Wild Turkey. And I tell you what,
no.
I was gonzo.
Oh
Gonzo.
no. So the reason why I bring up like, what's your appetizers? Because like every bar I've been to has either like snacks, which are like entrees, or not entrees, but like, your normal restaurant size. Like,
Yeah.
you'd be like, yeah, give me, like 2 beers and
Some
heck,
deep fried
I
pickles.
don't know, like some deep fried pickles or some cheese
Yeah.
curds, or like give me some wings.
That's right. You being up in the north, you got
Yeah.
access to those good
Yeah,
cheese
I got
curds.
access to that good cheese.
Oh man, I love cheese curds, man. And you can
Oh
dip
my
cheese curds
God.
in anything, and they'll be
Anything.
good.
But
Oh.
I will tell you this right now. Favorite
Mhm.
entree, like actual, like you're ordering a dish at a restaurant or like a bar restaurant to get fish and chips.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just and no way affiliated with this man, but Beard Meats Food, great YouTube channel guy who
Ooh.
is a competitive eater. He I just
Yes.
watched him eat a fish and chips challenge,
I'll
and
have
just
to watch that.
it looks
I have
good.
not,
Like
I have not kept up with Beard in a long time.
I could eat me some fish and chips, like, not gonna lie. And you might be saying, well, are you talking like potato chips? No, we're talking French fries, fish and chips.
Yeah.
Traditional chips from
gonna lie,
across
though.
the pond.
Not gonna lie though, same. And the reason why I say that is, when I moved to my current place of residence, like 10 years ago almost,
Mhm.
there was this tap house that like was across the street from me.
Yeah.
I walk in there after work one day and I'm like, all right, what's the strongest beer you got? And they're like, it's an IPA. It's a local IPA. And I'm like, all right, bet, give me a Summit. And then they're like, all right, so here's the deal. We got fish and chips, or we got a meatloaf sandwich, or we got a pulled pork sandwich. I'm like, all right,
okay.
here's the deal. Give me the fish and chips.
Honestly, my go-to for that would have probably been the pulled pork, because I'm a sucker for pulled pork.
Oh, right, same.
But
But I was like, you know
fish
what?
and
New
chips?
city, new me. I might as well try it because I had gone to a couple different bars at this point.
Mhm.
Bar restaurants, kind of just, testing the water. New city, right? You want to see what's good,
Yeah.
especially because like I didn't move like inside of a state. Like I moved 3 states away essentially.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's see what's good. Let's see what's going on. And fish and chips was the first thing that they were like, oh yeah, fish and chips are real big up here. We're like, all right, bet. So I ordered the fish and chips. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. They hand cut the chips. And on top of that,
Nice.
they were like, all right, so our tartar sauce is chipotle tartar sauce.
Really?
Yes.
That
So
actually sounds pretty good.
It was. It had a little bit of a spicy kick, but not too much. So good.
Speaking of spicy stuff, I've got a complaint, supermarkets, especially you, Kroger.
What you got?
Why do you not have spicy chicken patties for sale? You've
What?
got all the other chicken patties for sale, but you don't have spicy chicken patties. Really?
Really?
I should probably just go to like Sam's Club or Costco or
Bro,
something to
I
get
got
some
you.
spicy
I
chicken
got you.
patties.
I got you.
Oh. Okay, since we're on the topic of beers and bar food and
beers
stuff
and
like
bar
that,
food. Go for it. Go for it.
what is the worst beer that you have ever had?
Oh my. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Okay, so the worst.
This is a
Why are
tough
you
topic
making?
now, Chad.
Why are you making me choose? This is my personal hell. Why are you making me choose?
Because I have a worst beer story, so that's why I'm
Oh
asking.
god. It was a pomegranate IPA.
Pomegranate. Interesting choice for a beer.
So I was married at the time, and I was out with my in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, we're not married anymore. Comment section, I'm not married to this woman anymore.
Which means
and
that there's a spot available, ladies.
yes, I am actively not looking, but if you want to slide in the DMs and try your luck, go for it. It's /J mostly. It was a pomegranate like IPA or a pomegranate ale, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And my at the time father-in-law was like, "Oh, Shades, you should try the pomegranate the pomegranate ale. It's really good." This man was an Englishman, like first
Uh-huh.
generation Englishman. So like he grew up drinking the most rank thing known to man. So I order this. And this is like an upper class kind of like steakhouse
Okay.
situation where like duck is on the menu.
Oh, foie gras. Gotcha.
Not kind of, but not really.
So like a duck melange.
Yes.
Okay. More French, more fancy.
Yes. So this is a fancier kind of restaurant. Like this is more like a French, almost English eatery. They fused the two, which was very confusing. It's like
Fusion is a popular thing in restaurants these days. So
this was 5 years ago.
still,
And at my this was my at the time fiance,
Mhm.
and like I do not know how to describe this as total other than totally unpalatable, because whatever they did to this ale made it
Uh-huh.
wholly sour and almost undrinkable.
Oh well, I mean, I like sour stuff, so I love sour stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't do it. I was not prepared for this. I literally had to ask the waiter, "Can you
Uh-huh.
bring me a shot of something?"
Oh,
Anything.
okay.
And he was like, "Well,
Anything.
sir, here's what we got." And this is when my father-in-law was in the bathroom. I was like,
Oh.
"Look, give me the highest alcohol content shot you have now." And he was like, well, we've got these shots." And I was like, "Bro, just take your pick. I don't care. Go." So
Go.
the waiter comes back like 2 minutes later with a shot. And my father-in-law at the time is standing there going, "Yeah, so blah, 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 blah." I'm not even paying attention. And
Yeah.
I just like, down the shot, and I'd chug this beer.
Oh
The worst
wow.
experience in my life, because it was one. So you've had beer that like makes your like mouth dry, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there's dry wines that do that too.
Yeah. So this is like this, only it was sour at the same time.
Okay.
Not an enjoyable
All right.
experience at all. At all. For like a upper mid class restaurant that I wasn't paying for, by the way, which I found out later, but I kind of had a hunch that I wasn't going to pay for my half.
Yeah. I mean, usually if I'm the one inviting somebody out, I don't expect them to pay normally
Yeah.
because I invited them. Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a wholly unenjoyable experience. The duck was actually good,
Okay.
but the beer he suggested was trash. And that should have
uh,
been an indication of things to come, but I was in 11 kind of freaking stupid.
So there's this
Worst
restaurant,
beer
and as a matter of
story.
fact, I went to it recently
Oh,
because my landlord, who's a friend of mine, that's always weird to say.
Oh God, that
He
is weird to say.
he said, "Hey, we haven't gone out to eat together in a while.
All
You know,
right.
as friends." He's just like, "I know that you're hard up on money right now because chat the economy. I don't
The
want to keep
economy
harping
is
on the economy,
trash. The
but the
economy is
economy is
trash.
trash.
You
I've
can't
got to
tell me
save
it's
all the
not.
money I can, and I'm paying this guy my rent money every month."
Yeah.
And he says he goes, I don't mind every once in a while paying for us to go out and eat. And so he invites me to go to this place, a place I've been to before, right? And I told him, I said, okay, fine, because he also
All
mentioned
right.
that we would be drinking, and I said, okay, fine,
Free
but
beer?
I will
Question mark?
pay for my I will pay for my drinks because
I
I
got
also
you.
like get my shot of Jameson and my beer. I didn't want this man paying for my shots.
Okay.
Um, so I said fine. I said if you cover the food, I will cover my alcohol.
Oh, okay.
And so, anyways, this actually isn't the time frame in which I drank the bad beer. This is to preface it with the owners who I knew back in the day no longer own it as of today.
No.
So, but back in the day when they did own it,
No.
I used to get invited to the restaurant slash bar. Now this is an
Okay.
Italian place,
All
mind
right.
you. And he would be like, hey, I just got this beer off the truck or whatever. They were trying to get rid of it, so I got a good deal. Can you come down and give it a taste test? And I never had to pay for any beer I was taste testing. And so I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? Why not? I'll make a day out of it, and I'll come down and I'll taste test this beer.
Okay.
So, how many of you out there like Neapolitan ice cream with your chocolate and your vanilla and your strawberry?
No. This is a travesty against God and all of his.
Well, imagine it in beer form.
You know what? I don't
So-
have to be here anymore. I'm out.
I
Thanks. Nope.
I show up.
I'm going.
I get my
I'm
Guinness.
kidding.
I say, hey, the owner friend of mine said that you guys got this beer in and he wants me to try it. And I had been there a few times before, so she knew that I wasn't just trying to get free beer or anything like that.
Okay.
So I was recognized. And so she gave it to me, right? And so I take one sip of this Neapolitan beer. And when I say, and I'm not a big coffee drinker, guys, when I say this tasted like burnt coffee, I'm talking like the burntest coffee ever. And so like I'm like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. And so like I chase it with my Guinness, which the Guinness did help because the Guinness is kind of creamy and stuff like that. And
oh God,
so
that's
she goes,
gross.
She goes, I'll don't worry, I'll get rid of it for you. And I said, nope. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, you never leave a fallen soldier behind. I started drinking this. I gotta
You never
finish
leave
it.
a man down. Holy
So
shit.
I finished the burnt coffee, which was supposed to be Neapolitan beer. Oh my goodness. Worst beer ever.
Oh.
Now, nothing against the factory that makes it, because I'm sure you make other alcoholic beverages.
I'm sure you eventually make something that's good, yeah. But
that one, that's not a winner. That's not a winner.
Oh, it doesn't sound like it. I wouldn't order it. Oh God, I would not order it.
Well, so he told me, he's just like, they couldn't sell it anywhere. Like nobody was buying it.
I
So
wonder freaking why.
They gave him a huge discount just to take it because they needed to get it off their truck.
Take it.
So he took it. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why. Oh
God.
man.
Oh. All right. Chat. YouTube comment section. We're gonna link my links to my Twitch channel if you want to catch us live. We're gonna link Sage's link to his Twitch channel so you can catch him live.
Hello
and
there.
Sage, you got anything to say to the people before we wrap it up?
So, people, this was a lovely time, and just so you know, this man is amazing, and
Yeah.
anybody can talk to him for anything for hours,
Hours.
Like we started at 9 o'clock my time. It is now
Started an hour
11.
and a half
We've
ago.
been going for about 2 hours,
Yeah. Yeah, we
and
have.
just like I could keep talking to this man. Like we could not end the podcast, but we are. We're going
YouTube
to.
says we can't.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Because
we will call here.
discoverability is a witch of a thing.
And I would love to come back and drink more bourbon and talk more with this dog man. Definitely.
Heck yeah. Maybe we'll have you back for you, me, and Zarsai.
Yeah. No, I would love to have chats with you guys, just talking about stuff. We focus so much on playing games that sometimes, like, I mean, we do talk about stuff.
Yeah.
But just being able to sit down and talk and have a drink, that's even better.
Yeah. No, because like half the time, like we're trying to be entertaining, we're trying to play the same game at the same time, and it's just like, it's good to sit down and just kind of like chill about it.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Thank you for having me on.
Hell yeah, we'll see you next time.
Definitely.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.